Hello YouTube. It is Friday Eve and I'm up here at the sawmill, and we have a buyer coming today to look at the forklift, so I figured I'd come up here a little bit early and get the grill fired up for a little bit. We have the loader coming in a little bit over a week now, so this old loader got to go. So this loader's been very good to us. We've literally loaded thousands and thousands of logs with this. It's just old, but it still works good. It's still a strong machine. It needs some tars. They're a little bit wore out. You know, you got a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You got some hydraulic leaks, but it's just stuff that all can be fixed, and it worked fine for us the way it was. So a little look around the old mess here. We got a lot of cleaning up to do. We're waiting for spring to come. We'll take a little walk around here. Just one of them days, waiting for spring, and being we're from Pennsylvania, old Punxsutawney Phil said no way. So let's go up in the cab here. Let's fire this thing up. It hasn't been run since we sawed that that pellet wood. Was the last time I think we fired this thing up, so it's almost 40 degrees. Oh yeah, the old bus motor's alive. Well, we'll go. She'll steady out in a minute or two. Sometimes it takes it a... There you go. Not bad. It hadn't been running for probably 3 weeks now. Oh yeah. Starting to calm down a little bit. We got a little bit of snow that blew in here. We got a guy coming to pick up some slabs, so that might happen this weekend. We're going to get this all cleaned out. Once we get the loader up here, we're going to get that end of the mill leveled up here with some dirt and gravel. Did some work on the swing saw lately too, and I changed over the skate rollers and put the tube rollers. There's a lot of advantage to the tube rollers on a cutoff saw, because when you're putting small pieces through, they tend to travel better on the skates or on the rollers than they do the skates, because the skates every so often they'll flip right over. So if you look at the actual skate table here, you can see that you'd have a hard time with the smaller slats on that. And that's our heat wood there that we keep dry for when we come up in the mornings just to stand around. Yeah, we'll go over to the sawdust bin here. I don't think anybody really had a walk around tour, and we sold basically everything that's in here. So the bin's nice and empty. Got to clean that out between the studs. That looks like that old sand art that used to do in the 70s. Different color sands and make art with it. It looks kind of neat. This has worked out really well for us, the old bin here. We got the tin to put on in the spring. And there's the old 530. This machine's very hard to start in the cold unless you have electric. It got a block heater on it, and we don't have electric here, so the loader's going to take over loading out the sawdust, and that bucket will fit in here very easily. This is 12 foot across. That bucket's only 8'4" on that loader. There's the sawdust blower, and this has been a good thing. That's that Harbor Freight 13 horsepower. We don't even have an electric start. You give it one yank and this thing fires right up. And this thing probably moved several triaxles of sawdust since we've been out here. But that basically is what takes all the sawdust off the head saw. And it works very well. I don't want no drag or nothing, because that's just something else that would have to redo the whole setup for. There's the kiln container, and there's the container or little office that the Eddie Horvath got us, and that's basically our little tool storage. And once we get electric over here, we're going to hook up that heat and air conditioning unit, then we'll have ourselves a nice little area. But yeah, there's the old 530. That's going to go up for sale in the spring here, and then that way we'll recoup more of our cost from the loader. We're coming around the back side of the mill, and this is where the kiln container is, and we got a little bit more work to do in there. We're getting close. The biggest hang up is going to be electricity. We got to get electricity to run the kiln. So, and here we come over to the band mill side, and this hasn't run for a few weeks too. They were trying to get some slabs cut. I don't know if they ever did send anything up to that vacuum kiln. There's still some pile sitting there. I don't know if they ever took that or not. A lot of firewood over there. They've been feeding that processor with. And a little bit of maintenance to do up here. I'd like to get the chains oiled up on the log deck here. And things are starting to look really good. We're getting there. But and no one actually guessed what the Eddie Horvath stands for yet. One guy come really close. Almost had it. He was one off. So we'll take a little walk over to the log yard here. Talk to you then. Alrighty, over the log yard here. A little windy, but everything's just covered in snow. It's supposed to rain tonight, which is not going to help the situation. We got a little bit of everything laying here. There's some beautiful whites here. You know, get many better white pines than that. A little bit of spruces, more spruces, and just mixed pines. And that's all cherry right there. There's the big money logs. We're going to get all that sawed up this early spring, now that we actually have a sawmill that we don't have to work on all the time. And there's some of the older pine that still needs sliced up. We'll make something out of it. But, and there's a shot across the log yard into the mill building, and you can see how big that thing is. It's just been a project, and if you want something good in life, you have to work for it. And we sure have. But I just wanted to give everybody a little tour of what's going on here. And hopefully Saturday we have a log or two on the deck, and we're going to make some 1x8. We got an order for 50 pieces, but we need to run things. It's good for it. It's bad when you leave something set too long. So alrighty, that was our Thursday night talk here, and keep guessing on the Eddie Horvath contest, and hopefully someone wins this thing. So I will see you Saturday when we're up there sawing again. So talk to you later. Bye bye.